Hi and good morning. My journey with music started at the age of 4 years. I was living in a small township, just started going to school, and I was taking my talim under my school music teacher. In the initial few days or even months, I used to sing like this. Sa re ga ma pa da ni. So as you can see, out of the 8 notes in an octave, I could only sing 6. I just could not sing the first and the last sa. The years that went by were smooth. I was under the shield of my parents' love and care, and I was in my comfort zone. I never considered music to be a big part of my life until I was sent to a boarding school. So when I got there, I started realizing how awkward I got in social situations and how intimidating it was for me to talk in front of people, to perform in front of people, and be in large audiences. So that is where music played a big role in my life. I started participating in various competitions, inter-house competitions, inter-school competitions, cultural programs, youth festivals, literally everywhere and anywhere I could perform in front of a large audience. And from being a socially awkward person, I had now established myself as someone who was known for her voice. I was able to take a stand among my peers. And that is how music turned me from a socially awkward person and helped me discover my inner self. There are 4 Vedas in our Indian culture: the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Sama Veda, and the Atharva Veda. Out of the 4 Vedas, the Sama Veda is said to be associated with the origin of classical music in India. The Sama Veda, also known as the Veda of music, consisted of musical hymns and melodies that were meant to be sung. Indian classical music can be further divided into 2 traditions: Hindustani classical music, which is prevalent in the northern, central, and eastern parts of the country, and Carnatic music, which is prevalent in the southern part of the peninsula. I'm sure most of you are aware of the 7 notes of classical music, that are sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, and ni. These 7 notes are also known as the Sapta Swar or the Sapta Sur, which are equivalent to the Western musical notes of do, re, mi, fa, so, la, and ti. Now, each of these 7 notes depict a different emotion, such as sa is for infinity or spirituality, re is for sorrow, ga is for peace, ma is for excitement, pa for joy, dha is for disgust, and ni stands for tranquil. When these 7 notes are put under variation, they form the 22 Shrutis of classical music that further form the base of various classical ragas. A rag is a unique set of musical notes that are arranged together to create wonderful melodies. The word rag actually emerged from a Sanskrit phrase called ranjayati iti raga, meaning something that colors your mind. So you might be wondering, how does a rag color your mind? It is because every rag in Indian classical music is associated with an emotional theme, or what we call a ras. Now, when I'm talking about emotional themes, I don't refer to a single emotion, but to a culmination of different emotions. The primary goal of Indian classical music is to convey these emotional themes through its ragas. These emotional themes can be in the form of Shringar, meaning love, Hasya, meaning joy, Raudra, meaning anger, Veer, meaning heroism, Bhayanak, meaning fear, Bibhatsa, meaning disgust, and Adbhut, meaning wonder. Several studies have studied on how music evokes these emotions in people and how people perceive these emotions. The earliest study was conducted in 1999 by Bockwell and Thompson, who asked 30 Western listeners to identify the emotions associated with 12 Hindustani classical ragas. And they found that despite being culturally unfamiliar, the listeners were able to identify the emotions associated with the compositions. Another study tried to understand this phenomena through cognitive appraisal. And they claimed that the emotional identification with music is based on the person's perception or appraisal of the event that is happening around him or the circumstance that he or she is in. So how do these emotions arise? What are the mechanisms behind us experiencing these wide variety of emotions while listening to music? Music has been an integral part of human existence. Imagine how many times has it happened with you that you put up your favorite song and a bunch of emotions flood your mind. It has happened a lot, right? So music can change the way a person thinks, feels, and behaves. Music has a great impact on your cognitive functioning, including your learning, memory, attention, concentration, and so on. Now, neurological studies also suggest that music also has a huge impact on your brain functioning by enhancing the cerebral plasticity of your brain and keeping the neurons and synapses in your brain active. There are various parts of the brain that are responsible for processing music. The auditory cortex, located in the temporal lobe of our brain, receives auditory information from the environment to process music. Have you ever wondered why you start tapping your feet and clicking your fingers like this when you're listening to music? That is because while listening to music, your motor cortex gets activated. That signals your brain to pick a beat and start tapping your feet. Music is also set to reduce the level of stress hormones that are secreted by your brain, such as cortisol, epinephrine, and norepinephrine. On the other hand, it also leads to the increase of dopamine level in your brain that makes you feel happy or elated. Because of these certain reasons, music is nowadays being used as a method of treatment for various mental and physical health illnesses. Yoga, meditation, vipassana, and etc. are some of the traditional Indian treatment methods that are used, that were mentioned in our ancient manuscripts. But apart from them, there was another treatment method that was mentioned called Rag Chikitsa. Rag Chikitsa emphasized on the therapeutic effects of classical ragas. But what if a person is not interested in listening to classical music? Right? It can happen. For suppose a person A, when sad, might want to listen to a ghazal, whereas a person B, when sad, might want to listen to something upbeat. Right? So we can say that the appraisal of the therapeutic effects of music is dependent upon the person's musical preferences. So various kinds of music can help various kinds of people in various manners. So, music therapy is an evidence-based intervention strategy that uses music as a tool to address the social, occupational, communicative, behavioral, and psychological aspects of a person's life. Music therapy can be in the form of listening to music, creating your own music, or even playing an instrument. It basically uses a person's emotional connections to music as a tool to enhance their quality of life, improve their relationships with their family and friends, and also improve their cognitive functioning. Apart from reducing stress and uplifting one's mood, music also plays an important role in helping the person identify his strengths rather than his weaknesses, and focus on eliminating his negative thoughts and replacing them with positive ones. So to conclude, we can say that music not only makes you feel calm and composed, but also gives you the strength to find a way towards your life and bring out your real self. It helps you identify the real you. So to end my talk, I would like to sing a few lines of a song that was released in 2006 by Salim and Suleiman Merchant. This song inspires me a lot, and I hope it does the same to you too. राह पे कांटे बिखरे अगर उन पे तो फिर भी चलना ही है। शाम छुपा ले सूरज मगर रात को एक दिन ढलना ही है। रुत ये टल जाएगी, हिम्मत रंग लाएगी, सुबह फिर आएगी हो। ये हौसला कैसे झुके, ये आरज़ू कैसे रुके। मंजिल मुश्किल तो क्या, धुंधला साहिल तो क्या, तन्हाई दिल तो क्या हो। Thank you so much.